Hi, my name is Tamar Hermann. I'm a political science professor with the Open University of Israel and the Israeli Democracy Institute. I specialize in civil society, protest movement, and extra-parliamentary politics. I was born in Israel in the mid-50s, and we sit now in the home where I grew up. My parents came from different places. My mother was Israeli born. She passed away last December, aged 92. Fully clear-minded. My father passed away 25 years ago. He was not Israeli born like my mother. He was born in Poland, and he was a Holocaust refugee. He never went to Germany. He didn't want us to go to Germany, although this legacy was not really kept by neither myself or my brother. I go to Germany very often, normally for professional purposes. My brother runs a pharmaceutical factory in Bavaria. And we go there not because we want to disobey my father, but because we believe that societies might change. The Germany of today is not Germany of the past. The way that we think that Israel should be looked at from a perspective of understanding of what is happening in Israel and how people are so critical of Israel. We think that people should be more open-minded about the circumstances and the dynamics that the societies here and there have been undergoing. We are facing a very deep crisis in recent years. It has to do with such questions of who gets what, but it also has to do with a very widespread mistrust or distrust of the political elites and the leaders of the country. If we look around us, we see people disagreeing with each other on some basic questions, like the occupation of the occupied territories, the Palestinian territories. People are split around the question of should Israel pull out of the occupied territories? Should Israel take over formally of the West Bank? Now the West Bank is not formally part of Israel. Should Israel redemarcate its border? Can it stay democratic if there is no democracy beyond the green line? This is one rock of contention that Israelis do not agree upon. Other issues that are being discussed in Israel and people have strong sentiments about is the state and religion issue, to which extent Israel should be a Jewish state or a democratic state, because apparently it is very difficult to be both democratic and Jewish. And of course there is the question of economic justice. Some people are in favor of a free market, some are more for the welfare state. In other words, we are constantly dealing with existential problems which are both unique to Israel, but not only to Israel. And in this regard, maybe we should take example from the German society, who after the war with the new constitution actually created a new situation and a new set of values around which people of different opinions and of different ways of life can agree on some basic facts that enable Germany to build a very stable democracy. Hopefully Israel will be able to do that in the not too far future.